When my grandfather died, he left behind more than just a pile of old trinkets in his attic. Among the dusty boxes and forgotten memories sat an unassuming wooden trunk, its surface worn and weathered. Despite its forbidding appearance, I felt an inexplicable pull toward it, an otherworldly need to know what lay inside. As I lifted the heavy lid, a scent of mildew and decay washed over me, mixing with something more unsettling, a hint of iron that made my heart race. Inside were what looked like old journals, yellowed pages filled with frenzied handwriting, recounting his encounters with a presence he could only describe as the shadows. He claimed they stalked the edges of his vision, whispers riding on the wind, promises of knowledge and power at a price. As I read on, the tone grew darker. He feared their intentions, insisting that they were not mere figments of a faded mind, but something dreadful, a lurking malevolence eager to escape its confines. That night I could hardly sleep. The sound of my grandfather's voice, its tremor overlaid with despair, echoed in my mind. I felt an unease curling at the edges of my consciousness. With the moonlight streaming through my window, casting spectral shapes across my room, I began to hear the whispers. Not loud, but quiet enough to chill me to the bone. They seemed to beckon from the darkness, luring me deeper into a world my grandfather had desperately tried to flee. My sleep-deprived brain wrestled between imagination and reality, every creak of the house morphing into a sinister cacophony. And then, I saw it. A figure, just a shadow against the wall, holding something glimmering, an ethereal reflection of a time long forgotten. It was a dagger, perfectly formed yet opaque, tapping on the floor with an intimate rhythm as though seeking a heartbeat to claim. I fled from my room, but I could still hear the whispers growing louder, feeling their breath on my neck. Now I understand why my grandfather wrote those frantic pages. The shadows were real and they were hungry for the living.